Alright, so now that I've got the slide disassembled from the lower, I've also taken out the recoil spring, and now I'm in the process of removing the inner barrel and the outer barrel, so that way I can replace it with the different models that I've purchased. You can be in it, Baker.
I don't want to be.
Okay. So I got the hop-up in the inner barrel out right now, out of the outer barrel, and now I'm going to disassemble the hop-up unit, and I'm going to put in the new barrel and put that back into the hop-up chamber. Alright, now that the barrel and the upper have been reassembled back together, I've thrown the barrel extension and the amplifier back onto the pistol. Now I'm going to reassemble it, which is simple enough. It goes together just like any 1911. Putting the pin in, and one second. Nope, misaligned up. Hold on. Gotta pop the pin back out. There we go. Alright. Hold it in place. Put the body pin back in. Let it go. And right now the pistol should function the way it is. I've got one mag, no gas or BBs, but it should function fine. It racks fine. I mean, this would be insane. Just to give you a size comparison here. But now to install it into the Carbine. So right now I'm actually having to disassemble the kit itself. I've already taken off the top rail. I'm taking off the bottom rail right now, and as well as separating the two pieces of plastic that are bound together with the with the Allen screws. I'm having to do this because the 1911 I bought is not the suggested one, but it's the better model. So I purchased this one. It's just not fitting perfectly. I believe that, damn it, I did it twice. I believe this one is this kit is designed for a CQB master version of a 1911, so a short-barreled 1911. I bought a long-barreled variant, and I'm also, you saw I added the extension. So it's going to be easier for me to take apart the kit and put the gun in than actually trying to finagle it through. So, it comes down to, if you want to have a well-designed weapon, sometimes you got to take that last little bit of effort to get it all together. Now, I know this isn't a lot of tech mod compared to what some people do with pistols and rifles, and I will admit I'm not that great at it. But it does come down to what you personally want as a player and how you want to design your gun. Because, for you guys that watch our site constantly, you see I'm constantly changing guns. Every video, I think, I have a different weapon in besides my Ares MSR and the SSG-24. Those seem to be the two that are in more than one video. Other than that, I really don't change guns all that often, and that's just because I usually try to... I've been trying for a long time to find something that fits perfectly with my playstyle. Which would be nice for once, even though I do enjoy playing with different types of guns and changing it up. Maybe that's just my style. Maybe I like changing guns. So, but I'm hopefully gonna enjoy this. And I'm throwing it all together. So, I think it's gonna be fun.
1 hour later, 2 hours later, 3 hours later.
All right, several hours later. Here you have it. A lot of modification had to happen to make this happen. Really, to just start off, the pistol I bought, so the KP07, once again, I'll show the lid. Alright, once again, the KP07 is kind of upsetting that it does not fit into the kit. I guess Matrix did not take that model of 1911 into account when designing this kit. It's actually a little too large for it, and the charging handle did not sit properly onto the top of the pistol slide. Sadly, once I finally got it to fit after all of the work and I got it all functioning properly, I pulled the charging handle back and it popped right off, which is really frustrating considering it's just brand new, and I didn't even modify the charging handle in the slightest. So the fact that that happened really annoyed me quite a bit. But on the other hand, It is a $50 conversion kit, so it's relatively cheap. I am a little bit annoyed that broke so easily, because after looking at the construction, I did notice it would have broken either way. So my plan is to drill a new pilot hole and reattach this. I don't have my good tools with me, but when I go home, I plan to do that. But I am a little bit frustrated about that. Other than that, the whole pistol itself sits relatively comfortably into it after a lot of shaving down. I had to take off the ambidextrous safety, sadly, so there's only one safety, and it doesn't even flip up properly. But all that matters is I can depress the grip safety, I can let the slide follow forward, and I can pull the trigger. I do not have any CO2 to officially test this, or green gas, but I will do some official testing tomorrow once I get home. Like I said, it was a lot of modification. I can see that this is designed for more of a cheaper pistol than one of the nicer Tokyo Marui or KJ Works kind of pistols. It could also be that it is a high kappa, that it didn't fit perfectly, but the only thing is it's a thin high kappa. So unlike most 1911 high kappas with the big thick mags, these are really thin mags, and you can see it's not actually that thick of a base of a pistol. So I am a little annoyed, but other than that, I think it looks really cool so far. The amplifier has been attached, the inner barrel has been installed, and the external barrel has also been installed. I will be putting probably some form of sight on it, but for my first game and gameplay, I will not be using a stock. I would like to just use it. I have a foregrip that I'm also going to attach, so I'm going to see how it works with just that. So I will cut in a shooting demo now. Alright guys, after a lot of modification and a lot of carving and cutting out and removing and adding screws, I have finally got a functioning Matrix Carbine kit. Right now inside of it is the KP07 by KJ Works and Tokyo Marui. So that's why I had to do a lot, because I didn't want to buy a cheaper 1911, because I've owned several of those. They work for like a year of constant play, and then they start to break down, even though if you maintain them, and upgrade parts and exchangeable parts for those can be hard to come by. It's usually cheaper just to buy a new pistol. Reason I got the Tokyo Marui, because even if I don't keep it in the Carbine kit, I can still disassemble it again, put the shorter barrel back in, and I can use it as a pistol, and I can upgrade it a lot easier. Now, this is when we're going to get to the shooting test part of the video. After that, the hop-up needs a little bit of adjustment, but other than that, I'm really satisfied with what it just did. I'm going to probably have to use a little bit of heavier BBs, but other than that, the Carbine kit is excellent, and I am really excited to get this on the field tomorrow.